Alrighty, welcome back to a brand new episode here of G1's Adventure, episode number 28, everybody. You might be wondering why my shovel is so low durability, and that is because I just finished terraforming this bit of land right here. In case you guys are curious, this is just a little bit over the mountainside over here. My main area is just right there. Now, before I explain what we're going to be building today, I actually want to quickly tell you guys a lesson that I learned from doing this terraforming thing right here. Now, as you guys know, we recently did a terraforming project over here where this was originally like a giant cliffside, and we kind of terraformed it down to be a rolling hills right here. And yeah, there's actually a little bit of a secret I never told you guys after doing this. So after about like a week or two, after I like started to look at the land and not see the torture of me constantly digging stone and dirt, once I was able to see the actual land, like the outcome, I realized that I didn't really like it. I don't know. I just find that the like sloping hills, I'm not a big fan, honestly. I think that my problem is I like to make things on flat land right there, like as you can see right here, and I find it so much more difficult for me to do it like this, because like then you have to like make walls like this, for example, which I mean they look cool, but then you have to do it for every single one. Like I think actually every single build in this village, yeah, there's a small one here and then one right here has that kind of wall just because of how like the land looks. And honestly, I really don't like it. We have another one here. I don't love it. I mean, I think that the walls make it look better, don't get me wrong, but the fact that I have that problem in the first place, I really don't like that part. But that's why over here what I did was I made it entirely flat, so that if in the future I want to say make it maybe like I want to do like a small like hill right here, right, I can do that after with the dirt and whatnot, but I don't have to necessarily like do that beforehand, you know what I'm saying? Which I think is really awesome. Now, as for today's video, we're gonna be making a bit of a wheat field slash house thing. I don't know how common it is, but I want like a giant wheat field right here. So this entire area right here is going to be like basically wheat. But then what I don't want is I don't want the traditional, like, you know, like the red barn with like the white roof that like a lot of like farms have. I don't want that. I want just like a normal house. But what I want to do is I want to have a bit of a workshop attached to it. So I'm not too sure what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know. I was originally thinking of having like a workshop building here, or maybe like a garage be down here, and then like the house is actually up here. Like, you know, one of those houses where like there's like the house here and then the garage is on the bottom of it technically. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, except in that garage area down there, that's where we're actually going to be doing like the detailing and whatnot, because actually I'm going to keep this in the video. This might make the video a little bit boring, but I want to show you guys every single time that I need to go make the like all of these flowers right here, the petals here, the this bush here, and then the firefly bush. Every time I need to go like get more of those, I have to go all the way into this door here, all the way down this little mine shaft thingy here, or this like cave slash ravine, down these stairs, down this long ladder, and this part I will cut, and finally arrive in this room, which honestly isn't even that nice of a room. It's literally just a bunch of redstone things with different farms here, but I really don't want to have to come down here all the time. I would rather just come here once in a while when I need to farm bones, and honestly even that's like probably once every couple months. So the idea is that we're gonna be moving all of these farms here. This is like one for potatoes slash like crops. We're probably actually gonna be using this to fill the wheat field actually, so that'll be quite cool. So we're gonna be using this one, a glow lichen one here, and then this is the farm that I use to farm all of these here. We're gonna basically be moving all of those into that garage slash workspace spot that I was talking about right down here. So it'll be quite interesting to do. I don't really know how the house is gonna go, so I'm quite excited, but let me go ahead and start by getting some of the materials that we need to actually build the house. Alrighty, I have 2 shulker boxes here. I think that should be everything that we need. We're gonna once again set up an ender chest and some of these, because you never know if we'll need any of these as well. So the materials that I would like to use is actually oak for this build. I want this to be kind of like a simple build. Again, we're not really worrying about the house, although kind of. And then we also have the stone bricks and the smooth stone combo. Now, I actually just used this in my last video for the Shenanigan SMP for the castle gate and wall, and I really enjoyed this combo. So hopefully we can combine it with the oak log and some of the oak planks as well to make it look kind of nice. So hopefully we can do that. Okay, so that's not too bad. Now, kind of what I was thinking of doing is maybe about here or something like that, we actually put another layer right here, right? And then this is actually like the front door, right? So like the front door would go like maybe like right here, like this is actually where the doors will go, right? And then that way we have two on each side, hopefully. Okay, yeah. And then over here, this is actually where I was talking about that workshop going, right? Right? So maybe something like that, because the idea could be that if we make this go all the way into the ground here, what we could do is we could put this like probably here. Like I don't think I need anything that crazy. And then the rest of the house could kind of be up here, right? Which even just as far as like a real life house would go, they do that sometimes where like they have I don't know how this is gonna go actually, but something like that we can't just make it so like the stairs. Actually, if we just put the floor here, then technically, as far as the inside of the house goes, there could just be stairs here. We're not going to be decorating the inside of the house, though. We're probably just going to use some of the black concrete to kind of, you know, black out the inside of the windows, because we don't really care about the inside of the house. So what if we then introduce the bottom to be the stone bricks instead, right? Usually I would do wood here, but if we do stone bricks instead, right, I think I would like that a lot more. And then, okay, honestly, what I could see this guy kind of having is like a bit of like a porch thing right here, right? Kind of like one of these things, which honestly, I actually don't mind having that there. And then I think we'll go to here, and then, yeah, I think we'll grab some, oop, I don't have any more. I think we'll grab a little bit more of these logs here, right? And then it's kind of like a little bit of a balcony thing, right? Because like I feel like a lot of people have that, right? So I guess we'll go with something like this. And then we can actually just grab some of these here fences to kind of make a bit of a balcony thing here. And then, yeah, I think the way we could do it from here is then we actually have like stairs going up into here. And then maybe we'll do something like this, right? And then, yeah, that way we don't have to worry about decorating the underneath part. And then, yeah, we can just go here and we have the nice doors there. Okay, that is absolutely brilliant. And in case you guys don't know what I mean by using some black concrete behind, basically what I like to do is put some black concrete on the back right here, because it almost looks like it's a void, right? And then I like to put something right here. I think we're going to do like a mixture of a lot of the white, but then some of that, or maybe we even go like a mixture of those two there. Okay, yeah, I like that combo right there, right? But that way we don't have to decorate the inside, and it just looks like maybe the inside is like dark. That's all. Alrighty, so this is what I have so far, and honestly, it's looking just a little bit boring. Now, I think this is where I would like to introduce some of the smooth stone potentially. Now, I don't really know. The only thought I had was maybe on these sides we could put a little bit right here, kind of like strips right here. I don't know how that would look. Let's quickly go ahead and see. Okay, that definitely adds some color, which I do like. Now, the side and stuff, I don't really know what the plan is going to be. Now, on the top of, or up here, and then on the top, on the back right here, it's very, like, boring, and I think that's kind of okay. Honestly, like, I'm kind of fine with it. I honestly think that what we do as well for the strips, honestly, is maybe we just, like, put them in like this, maybe. Like, we just do, like, little bits there. Almost, I guess. Like, that doesn't look too bad. And then I guess we'll go, this one will do only one gap in between. But yeah, it'll go something kind of like that. I think that just adds a lot of color as well. And then, yeah, we'll make this one like go all the way to the ground. Yeah, we'll make it seem like it's actually connected. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I think we'll do more detailing and stuff after we put in the roof. I think what we're going to do, and maybe we'll do the roof now, because I wanted to start doing a little bit of work on the bottom right here, but since this is the one that, you know, we actually care about, we'll maybe do that a little bit later. So yeah, let's quickly just work on, yeah, we'll quickly do the roof, I think, really quick. That way we can kind of just finish up these stuff right there. Also, we're going to be putting in the black concrete right here as well. I want you to like not really be able to go in. I want it to look like it's kind of like, you know, dark inside. So that's kind of what it's going to look like so far. It's nothing too crazy, I don't think. It's kind of like a really simple build, but we might do some things with like fences and stuff on the outside to make it look a little bit nicer, because if you're saying that it looks a little bit boring, yeah, I agree with you. Before you guys see the roof, I want you guys to know that I do have a reason for it. So it's going to be a little bit weird and not to my expectations, but this is it. I know it's all stairs. There's nothing fancy about it. It's quite literally just all stairs for now, but there's a reason for it. I want the lore of this owner, like the owner of this guy, as far as like the story goes, I want him to be a little bit of an older gentleman, someone who doesn't really care that much about looks and aesthetics and cares more about like functionality. So the reason why it's all like this is because if it rains, he wants like no chance of it like damaging the roof and just wants it to slide off. And yeah, that's what he cares more about. So that's kind of why it looks just a little bit boring. I don't know if I should do, like, I was thinking of doing like something like that though, just to add a little bit of A, variety, but also B, something where I can then connect these up to, because honestly right now it's kind of just like I want to connect these up here, like maybe even using like the fences, right? But yeah, right now there's nothing to connect it to. So maybe if we do that, yeah, I think that adds a decent bit of variety. We don't even need to go all the way actually. Would it be bad if we just did it to here? Like if we don't go all the way down, right? But if we just go to here, we go there, and then add one here. Although I think we'd have to go, yeah, we're going to go one more out just because on the other side, there's a little, oops, there's a little thing here. And then we'll go like that. Yeah. Okay, that's actually not too bad, I don't think. I mean, is it the greatest thing in the world? Not really. But honestly, do we want it to be the greatest thing in the world? Because if that's the lore that we're establishing, that this guy's like an older gentleman and doesn't really care about aesthetics, and would he really go for a flashy home? Nor, because this is a barn, would this be a flashy house? I don't actually think so, because I think he cares more about his farm, his plants and whatnot, than he does the actual thing. Okay, yeah, no, so I think I'm actually okay with this. All right, so the roof is now completely done. If I quickly look at it in free cam, it's, yes, a rather boring house. I didn't even put anything on the side. I want him to kind of be like that kind of person, right? Just absolutely not caring about the looks of his house. But we now have to work on this part right here, my personal favorite part. Now, I don't think we're going to be doing anything too crazy, but we do have to have a little bit of space to work, so we're gonna have to be very creative about where we put everything. Okay, so I think we're gonna kind of follow a pattern where we're gonna go every two. I think we'll go one here. I think could be kind of cool. I'm not honestly too sure. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, I think it kind of fits the aesthetic, although I just realized no, because this is gonna be the thing over here, so we're gonna have to change this up just a little bit. We could go something like this. Yeah, that's actually not too bad, I don't think. And then yeah, this will go, I guess we can go something like this, and then this one will just be 2 in the middle, but that's honestly just fine. Yeah, you know, that's not too bad. And then what I think I'm going to do is I want to put some glowstone in the ceiling. But you see, I'm not going to do it like that. What I'm going to do is we're going to put the glowstone right here, I think, and then we're going to grab, I think we're going to grab the white stained glass. I don't know why, but I feel like the white stained glass there, yeah, I just love the way that looks for some reason. Yeah, like I actually kind of like that. And then what I think we're going to do is I'm going to bring the actual floor out 1 extra block, and then we're going to use blocks that we haven't used in this build yet, and we're going to do a bit of a mixture of stone, kind of like right here, and also some cobblestone. And the hope that I want to try and get out of this is that, like a lot of older basement houses, how they kind of have like the rough stone, I kind of want this to look like it's kind of like not completely flat and smooth. So hopefully the cobblestone kind of gives that effect. Honestly, I don't know about you, but when I look at this, I do think of like a workshop, like some old dude's workshop that, like, you know, he's working on the farm and then he comes here, he does some things, and then he goes all the way around and up into bed and then goes to bed there. You know what I'm saying? I actually think that this is kind of fitting the, like, exactly what I wanted perfectly. What I'm going to quickly go ahead and do is bring all of the redstone stuff from over there over to here, as well as some like extra chests and whatnot. Hopefully it's not too much. I'm hoping that we can fit everything in here. Part of me is a little bit scared that we can't fit everything here, but I think we can. Alrighty, everything from the area has been collected, so this is everything. So what we're going to do is I'm gonna try and do, I think we're gonna do the smallest one first, which might be the glow lichen, I think. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit extra of these blocks here. What we're going to do is I'm okay actually digging into the wall here, so I think for this one, the glow lichen one, we will dig into this area, and I haven't decorated the inside, as you can see, so I'm kind of okay with this. And then I think the way this is gonna work is we're going to probably do something like this. I think I actually had a third one here as well. And then the idea is that, and here we'll quickly just put that right there for now, and then I can go back around the side over here really quick. I think the way that this is going to work is we have to put the display dispenser. Actually, I think that's where the dispenser goes. I think it goes back there, right? And then because we have these that go here, and then I think we have to put this here. So I think that goes something like that. And then we'll put the lever for this one right back here. A nice little simple redstone signal should work right here. We're probably going to need a little bit more redstone because we're kind of spreading things out a lot more than we did at the old one. So that'll be fine. I can always go get that. Oh wait, no, we have to. We're not just doing that. I forget we have to actually do the observer trick. So we're going to do an observer going, I think it's like this. Oh, I cannot place the observer for some reason. Yeah, the observer goes like that, which turns it on. But then if we do this one, okay, no. So we have to, oh, I think I know what we have to do. I know what we have to do. So the idea is that it should be something like this. So that'll be constantly clicking. But if we activate this lever here, then yeah, it just kind of activates the red zone and it doesn't keep going. And then, yeah, this doesn't keep activating. Okay, so the next one I think we're going to be working on is the main one that we use for all of these ones here. So this is going to be very interesting. I think I remember how I do it. Okay, so I think it's something like this. So the plants will grow onto here and then we break it here and then it should just go into the chest right here. So that should be everything. I don't know if I need to put something in the front to stop it from going in. I guess if we collect it, doesn't really matter. And then the way we do the redstone is I think we'll just put the lever there. Actually, no, the lever doesn't go there because if we put that right there, then that's activating. If we put this here, I believe if we put this here like that, that works. And then, yeah, that works right there. Okay, brilliant. So then that can kind of hide right there. And then the last one that we're going to do, I think we can just do kind of right here. This one is involving the wheat one, the one that we're going to be using for today. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put some water right there. So we'll just do like that. And then the idea is going to be that we just place this here, this here. We're going to have to go into the ceiling for this one. And we'll put this like that. Okay, that's brilliant. And then I think what we're going to do, as long as it's just because this is the way that I like to do it for this one, we're going to put a observer here. And then we're going to, oh, we have to quickly go into this one here and place a sticky piston down here. And then that goes there. And then I think all we need to do is we don't place that one there. Whoops, we place it right here. And that activates it like so. Yeah, we'll just do something like that. And then I think the last thing that I want to do really quick before we actually do anything else is I do want to put some little plants around everywhere just to kind of showcase them off. So we'll kind of put some of these here. Yeah, we'll do like we'll do one here for like the wildflowers, right? Yeah, I think that that looks kind of nice. And then it's a small little bit of detail and decoration, but that way you can kind of tell that it's for this. And honestly, I think it just looks really cool. And also because it's dark in this room, technically, actually, I don't know why these are activating because there's light here in the ceiling. Maybe it's because it's underneath the sun. I don't know, but we do have the particles in here, which I do really like. So that is basically the house part of the video done. Now what we're going to do is do the actual farming bit, but obviously it's not just going to be the actual farming. We need to place the water down, and I think I have an idea on what I want to do with that. So the idea that I have is I would actually like to come up to this area right here and do a little bit more terraforming. Hopefully my shovel can survive this actually. The idea that I kind of want to do is I want to make almost like a pond right here, I think, or oh, actually, maybe we could do something a little bit different instead. Okay, my original idea was to like make a pond right here and have it flow down, as you guys know, but what if we did something a little bit different? You see, we have this pond right here that we already have. What if we made something that looks like it's extracting the water from here and kind of pushing it up that way, almost like a giant pump? Honestly, I kind of like that idea. I'm kind of picturing a giant copper tube, right? Imagine a giant copper tube going all the way up and then it kind of goes into like a mini pond right here, right? So like maybe we do like a very small like pond, right? Kind of like right here, right? But we... oh, actually, yeah, I kind of like that. And then we can have like a mini wall here or like a mini dam to stop it from going over. And then from here, it goes all the way this way, but it looks like it's being transported from there. Oh, I like that. Let me see if I have my copper box with me. Okay, so I did do this design on another world, and I actually really liked it. And it's going to involve a lot of copper blocks. I think it's going to require almost this entire stack. Although I don't want to use that stack. I want to use the stack 52 because I want to make copper trap doors. Now, kind of what I'm thinking of doing, okay? And also, we're going to grab a couple of these, and maybe we'll use the copper bulbs as well. I'm not too sure. I haven't really used them too much. But what I think we should do is do something kind of like this, right? And then I kind of want this to look like it's an artificial river, actually. I think that that could be kind of cool, honestly, to make it artificial, right? No, let's not do that. Let's do this way. Yeah, I think something kind of like this could be cool. And then the entrance can, yeah, the little tube thing can come in from here. And then the idea is that right here, that's where the stream will go, and then it'll kind of be like a quote unquote natural one. So the idea that I'm kind of thinking of doing is, do we want to make like a giant tube? I think what we, ooh, okay, I actually have an idea. It's going to involve us doing this, but I think if we just do something like this, I think that that could work. And then I think we'll do some of the cut copper for the bottom here. But if we do like a giant tube like this, and if we start filling it in with water here, then we can actually start putting in some of these copper grates here, which I actually like the look because you can see the water, but then it looks like there's almost like 2 layers here, right? And then, yeah, I think that that could be kind of cool. And then maybe we go over this way, and then we actually don't even need to worry about this block here. And then I'm kind of just doing this one right here for now, just because it's, I want to see if I actually like it on this one or not. So if we kind of go all the way to here, and then I believe we could start filling that with sorts blocks up to here. And then if we put the copper grates there again, right? And then if we just activate all of these, right? That actually is kind of looking pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. And then if we quickly just get some water right here, actually, let's start filling in this pond really quick, right? And then we could kind of go something like that. It looks like it's like kind of coming in from the tube. Honestly, that's not bad. Yeah, I really don't like that. I'm not sure if I love the kind of square edges on all of these though. So like maybe on these two, we'll just quickly do that. But I really like the way that that looks. And then I think we could just keep that going, honestly. What if we just go to here? Yeah, I think that that could work. So we have this thing kind of going to here, but then to kind of add a little bit of, you know, like, I guess support, we could do something. We can do something there. Could we do a lightning rod? But I wanted to go like into the thing. So can I go, yeah, like that right there, right? And then a thing right there, right? 2 lightning rods there. And then can we go into the copper bar in the middle? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I really like that quite a lot. Don't worry, this will all oxidize, by the way, and turn into this one here, so it's not going to look too weird. Although, at that point, I kind of am wondering, do we just use one of these? I kind of think we do, and we'll just use this one here. Yeah, I think I like the use of the normal one, just because it has an industrial feel to it, right? And then, yeah, from here, we're going to have to go down into the side over here. I'm kind of thinking if we, so where do we have to go down? Yeah, so something like that I think could work pretty well. All right, so now that we're here, I think what we're able to do is we're also going to need to replace this with a stair like that. But I think this should be pretty easy to do. I think we'll just kind of make this thing go over here, right? And then I think we just kind of keep going. And I think what we're going to do is probably do something like this here, and then we'll go a trapdoor here, and then a trapdoor here as well. And then we should just need to break this ice. I don't know if there's another one right there. Okay, there is one. And then we just place these copper grates here. And if we do that, let's quickly actually as well clear out this little small section of dirt right here, just so that it's easier to see from afar. And then I think that that's it. Yeah, we have like a little bit of a nice little tube thing going up, and it's kind of like transferring the water. Does it really make much sense? Not really, but I think it could be kind of cool. And then, yeah, it kind of just looks like it's being pumped up into this tube thing, and then yeah, going all the way up into here, and then this will eventually go all the way down and you know, fill up the entire area. Yeah, you see, I do like that. I think it's pretty cool. It's something pretty simple. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, I think it'll work. So I'm just gonna quickly fill in the water, and then I think after that it's really just doing the tilting with the land and stuff like that, getting all the seeds. So that'll be quite fun. But yeah, I think at this point it's ready for me to begin the time lapse and start doing all of the seed planting. So hopefully you guys enjoy the time lapse. And that, everybody, is the end of today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. This turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Mainly actually with the tube or the pump thing right here. I originally wasn't really sure, honestly, if I would like it kind of being here, but honestly, it's really been growing on me, and it honestly just looks really cool as well, this entire area. I'm actually kind of curious. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think. I really like this area, actually. Like, I realized that there's actually a lot of flatness, especially like right here. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we clear out these trees here. Maybe even on this side, we kind of flatten this area over here, and maybe we can, you know, build something or two over here. I don't know, right? But like, I could kind of see us like flattening a lot of this area so that we can kind of see it through this side over here, right? And then we can kind of build like, you know, part of a village over here, and then kind of go this way to the side, and then that way it's like the entire village is built around this area here, which I kind of like. I don't know, and I kind of like that the middle of the town is the wheat field here. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But with that being said, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode here of G1's Adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like and smashing that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 600 or 550, I'm sorry, subscribers by the end of this year, and your support would really mean the world to me. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode of G1's Adventure.